Welcome everybody, the start of our Hollywood Bets Durbanville week, that is. We race out at the country course on this Tuesday, and we're now going to talk about some of the action that we got with regards to the first race. Let me give you some idea in terms of first timers, comments that we've got here from trainers with regards to number 5, Southampton. Justin Snaith says he will need a run or two before he finds himself. And number 9, Reet Petit, the other one from the James Crawford stable, excuse me, says showing good work at home and may need the experience on debut. That's with regards to comments on the first. Number 1, Got the Look as the favourite to win here at 2-1 from the Bass stable. Number 9, Reet Petit is 5-2. And number 6, Vixen's War is at 9-2. 6-1 about the 3, Gin Palace. And then 12-1 and Better the Balance. Daryl Marie joins me to talk Cape Racing. Morning, Daryl. Start to the bipot. What's it look like?
Good morning, Clyde. Well, considering there's not too much confidence coming out of James Crawford's yard regarding the first timer, number 9, I'm confident in bankering number 1, Got the Look. Now, I've been following the anti-post market and there hasn't been any support for number 9. All the money's come for number 1, Got the Look. And that just boosts my confidence in bankering her. Now let's touch on the 9. She's a half sister. She's actually a full sister to Enchanting Choice, who has found her straps in the Eastern Cape. I think she's won her last 3 starts for Alan Creef. Let's see how she goes. But Got the Looks got in sufficient enough form to run in the top 2, Clyde. Her last start behind Oncidium, we saw a filly called Greek Heiress come out and run second over the weekend behind Red Coral. And it's also been boosted with Splash of Colour and Apricity winning from there. Candice Bass Robinson has made it clear that the majority of her horses perform better on firmer going. So yeah, she's got a neat draw. She's got the form to boot. And yes, she should certainly run in the top 2. I'll make her the one to beat.
Okay, 2 bankers in this bipot. The opener one right now, as you heard from Daryl, banker the 1. At the back, we're bankering the 3, and that'll cost us $48. On to the second race now. Let's take a look at what we're doing in race number 2. This over 12.50, and the 5, Queen Regent, is 14-10 favourite. Number 6, South of France, is at 3-1. 2, Kiss is at 9-2. 8, I Stedford, 5-1. And number 3, Red Beryl, is priced up at 7-1. Comments on the 2 first timers? Well, seem nice sorts, but it's coming across like they're both going to need a run or need the experience, Daryl. So let's talk about the second.
Yes, Clyde. Now on paper, Queen Regent, number 5, holds number 6, South of France, as well as number 8, Stedford. And Stedford's been rested close to 3 months, so I haven't included her in my perms. I've gone with Queen Regent, confirming that form with her. However, I have backed up the favourite with number 6, South of France, who was desperately in need of a last start, Clyde. And along with that, she was raced in the worst part of the going. So I don't think she's going to finish anywhere as much as 2.5 lengths behind Queen Regent, and I actually think she's a nice filly. She certainly caught the eye on debut, and then she disappointed somewhat in her second start. She was put away, but we've seen that form line being franked once again with Lowveld Lily winning from there. So Queen Regent, yes, on her last start is the one to beat, but healthy respect for number 6, South of France. I certainly believe we'll double up over here.
Okay, we're not leaving South of France out of any of the play. Here's our place accumulator perm, as you can see. It's the total cost of this place accumulator is 320 Rand. And make sure to get your PAs on for the running of the second race. That is due, just so that you know, close at 1 o'clock. Back now with us. Welcome to the running of the third race on the card. We're going over 1250 meters. There are a couple of comments on the first timers. Number 1, Waterfront. Adam Marcus says shows ability at home, this horse, but is expected to need an outing. And Primal Instinct, Justin Snaith says this is a fair type and could sneak into the money. So watch out for this first timer, Primal Instinct, in terms of the third race on the card. Let's have a look at what the market looks like for race 3. Favorite number 4, Man of Consequence, at 33 to 10. 5, Prince of Egypt is 7 to 2. 9, Eternal Diamond is 9 to 2. Number 10, Day In, Day Out, 9 to 2. 1, Waterfront is 11 to 2. And you can get 14 to 1 about Primal Instinct. And on the basis of what we heard, you can get some 5, 4.5 to 1 a place, Daryl.
Yeah, Clyde, very interesting because he's extremely well related. He's a full brother to Native Ruler, who ran fourth in the Daily News and then contested the Hollywood Bets Durban July. However, Clyde, have a look at the ownership. Mr. Greg Bortz and Miss Gina Goldsmith. And we know that JP van der Merwe is retained by Mr. Bortz. So he's opted to take the ride on number 5, Prince of Egypt. He's got first choice when it comes to their runners. And you have to have a preference for his decision. So number 5 certainly forms part of my play. Now, if you have a look at the form lines, you'll see Man of Consequence and Prince of Egypt ran alongside each other behind Saudi Cat. But have a look at the weight turnaround. Prince of Egypt is now 6 kilograms better off for a neck beating. So on paper, one has to certainly be leaning towards Prince of Egypt to reverse that form. So I've got a first choice in number 5, Prince of Egypt, over number 4, Man of Consequence. However, Clyde, take note of the equipment changes. Number 4, Man of Consequence, is now fitted with a set of blinkers. And we've seen this combination let rip at the Durbanville circuit recently and bounce home a good few winners. So if he's allowed to stride and up on the pace, I certainly have respect for him. So 5 from 4 for me over here, Clyde.
Okay, well, that's the story with regards to the third race. We've got our pick 6 up and running, so 4 and 5 in the first leg. We are bankering later on today. As you can see, Daryl has got a banker for us, and that is a horse called Rockin' and Rolling in our pick 6 on Tuesday afternoon. And it's jackpot time. Let's get into this 12.50, the fourth race on the card. We'll have a look at what the thoughts are of Daryl in a moment in what is an open maiden. There's some comments on the first timers. Number 3, Pomerol, will be inexperienced and green on debut. And then the other one that is worth commenting about, number 7, Extini's Princess. The comment from the stable of Justin Snaith about this filly is that she's a speedy filly and could run into the money. As far as the market goes, Extini's Princess, the favourite, the 7 at 22 to 10. Then the 4 horse Mariflia is at 9 to 2. Number 5, Elysia Asheville, 5 to 1. 7 to 1 about 3, Pomerol, and the 11, Cape Captain. And then 8 to 1 about 9, Nanny Gold. What you doing here, Daryl?
Yeah, Clyde, unfortunately, I don't have access to Mr. Snaith's comments, but come race day, we'll know who his preference is for. Number 4, Morphelia, or number 7, X-Times Princess. Now, I just had a look at her breeding on number 7, X-Times Princess, the dam one once over a mile. A sibling has done nothing to date, so all I can say is follow the market closer to race time. And if she's the preference from the yard, I can see her making a winning debut because the form on offer here isn't above standard. Morphelia, she actually let the side down last time out when she raided the Eastern Cape. However, she ran fourth on that occasion. And since then, the second place runner and the third place runner have both won, namely Olive Oil and Shori Kai. And she's got a neat draw. She's having a peak run. I can certainly see her winning. However, we are in the dark of a year, but with regards to the favorite, Clyde. So I have included number 1, Vixen in the Vineyard. I thought she ran an improved race last time out in an open maiden. She's got the draw. She should be thereabouts, but she's only my 4th choice. Elysia Asheville, I wouldn't say she's a type of filly to win an open maiden with such a hefty weight. However, She was in need of a last start, and you can see her races around the bend, Clyde. She's actually been drawn 14 out of 14 and 14 out of 14 once again. So, yeah, she's going to strip fitter. She's got a better draw in her favor this time round. And I think if numbers 4 and 7 fluff their lines, she's probably going to be our third pick. So, yes, a preference for 4 and 7. However, I've included numbers 1 and 5.
Okay, we got it in. So X-Times Express is going into the play. 1457 in the jackpot, by 135, by Banker 3, by 24578. United Front's the favourite to win this. It's 15-10 for Vaughan Marshall and Sean Veal. At this point in time on the Monday morning anyway, 15-10 from Betway. 5 Gold Jabowski is at 2-1. 3 Diamond Days 7-2. And number 4 Dance to the Sun is priced up at 8-1. No fireworks expected from anything in terms of comments from trainers as far as I can see, but we'll see how it all plays out on the day. But the one to beat, if the market is anything to go by, Daryl, is number 1 United Front.
Clyde, surely on paper, he's close to a certainty. I mean, he was making his debut and he got the beating of his main rivals here in numbers 3 Diamond Days and number 5 Gold Gabowski. They were having their third and I think a fifth run respectively, and he was making his debut and he beat them behind Star Major. However, you cannot go into this race confident because his last run behind Rickus was dismal. I don't know if the going had anything to do with it, but he was under pressure a long way from home and he didn't beat a horse home. So that is of concern. So for that reason, Clyde, I have backed up Diamond Days. He's been gelded and he's coming back in trip. And behind Star Major, it actually looked like he was going to challenge for top honors and he just came up for air very, very late. So I do have respect for him. And then Gold Gabowski last time out behind the Night Ferry. We saw a horse trot up yesterday in Smart Horse win from that form line. And he's got respiratory issues. So I think coming back in trip is certainly going to be in his favor. So yes, on debut effort, United Front the one to beat. However, he needs to set the record straight. So for that reason, numbers 3 and 5 are back up over here.
Okay, well then we'll put all 3 in, 1, 3, 5. Remember, we're backing Rocking and Rolling, and then quite a lot of horses the last 2 legs. Welcome back, Hollywood Bets Dermaville. We're talking about race number 6, and it's a maiden plate, and they're going 1,400 meters here, and the one to beat is Rocking and Rolling, number 3 on the card. This particular fellow from the Andre Nowell stable, the Pierre Cornet offers ridings, had 2 starts to date over the 1,200 meters and seems to be making the necessary progress. The markets have got this horse 13-10 on Monday morning. And it seems, Daryl, that you're quite confident at this point in time and as far as your exotics go.
Clyde, I'm really, really keen to see how this sort goes at Durbanville on firmer going. I watched that replay carefully of his last start. I'm of the opinion he hated the going. So, firmer track, well drawn, going the extra. His sire was a sprinter 1,400-meter horse and his dam won up to 2,000 meters. So I think the step up in trip is certainly going to be a positive. And from what I saw in his last start, he's going to be a different proposition with the going on top. Now, on paper, there's certainly not much separating himself and what I make the biggest rival, Clyde, and that is number what's it? Sunshine Superman, number 9. Now you can see he was having his second start, and Sunshine Superman was making his debut, and there was only 2 lengths separating him. However, since then, Sunshine Superman did run a third behind Black Eagle, but once again he came out slowly, and I don't think that's going to be in his favor on a firmer track like Durbanville. So if he's languishing towards the back of the field, I certainly believe that Rocking and Rolling is going to get first run on him and fend him off. I think he's a nice horse. I think they've been slightly disappointed with his second start. That was Black Eagle was well ahead of him, but he has won 2 since then. Let's hope Rocking and Rolling gets the job done. I think we'll be dancing all the way to the bank, Clyde.
Okay, well, let's get it home. Rocking and Rolling. Race number 7. Now it does become a little trickier, class 4 now. And we're going 1400 meters. Not an easy race. The market in this race has got them as follows. Industrial Strength, number 8 on the card, is 17-10 favourite. 2 Major Master is 33-10. Number 4 Spirit is 9-2. And number 7 Devil a Saint is 11-2. 8-1 number 5 It's My Time, and 10-1 Kelp Forest, 16-1. And Better Bar those, Daryl, appears to be quite wide open.
Yes, Clyde, and due to the cost of my perm going into the last 2 legs, I've opted to go wider because we can afford to. In saying that, Spirit is my first choice. He's now ridden by Richard Free. So take note of that. And Clyde, yeah, his form line got boosted over the weekend. Demanding Dave bolted up, and Demanding Dave was, I think, close to 5 lengths behind him when running in that contest with All the Rage. So you can see 3 runs back, he was beaten by Happy Verse. I think Happy Verse is now rated 103. All the Rage is 99. I certainly believe he's got room for maneuver for an 87. He just needs to confirm that he does appreciate and is effective over the 1400. So there's slight doubts with regards to that. However, I do believe he'll get it. And if he can get a 1200 in the soft at Kenilworth, I think 1400 at Durbanville on firmer surface certainly shouldn't pose any issues. So I do have a slight first choice in number 4 Spirit. It's My Time upset somewhat last time out because all the money came for the stable companion Devil a Saint. In saying that, there's no reason why he can't confirm that form despite the 2 kg turnaround at the weights. He was in a prominent position. He swept on by and he just fought them off. So numbers 5 and 7, I think, come from a yard that have struck a bit of form. So both of them go into my play. Number 8, Industrial Strength. He's a lightly raced 5-year-old. He's 1 from 1 as a gelding. However, his running style suggests he's going to be given a chance and he's going to be doing his best work late. I guess a lot depends on the pace. If they go quicker up front, it probably suits him. But if they go slow and they sprint for home, he might be caught flat-footed. And then I've also included number 2 over here, Clyde, Major Master. I know he returns from a layoff and he's got 63.5 to shoulder. However, this horse is very, very decent on his day. And if not in need of this, I can see him winning. So yes, trifecta box over here. Numbers 2, 4, 5, 7, and 8. I just hope we can make a profit.
Yeah, Dan, it gets harder. The last race is even tougher. So, yeah, let's get some money out of this. It's an open maiden. We're going 2,000 meters now. And this is how they're betting. Number 2, Rare Earth, 5-2. 3, Beautiful Side, 5-2. Number 11, Senor Dante, 9-2. Number 7, Fort Impreza is at 8-1. The 8, Torres Girl, 8-1. 10-1, Marine Merchant, the 1. And 20-1 and better about the balance. Not easy, but there could be good money to be made out of this. Perhaps a trifecta quartet, Daryl. What are you making of?
Yes, Clyde. Open maiden to end of proceedings. Difficult race. I'm just hoping for the biggest roughie to land. That's if we're still running in our jackpots and pick 6. Take note, Richard Free now rides number 3, Beautiful Side. Can see in her penultimate start at Kenilworth over 1950. She just emptied out late. It's now obviously a firmer 2000 at Durbanville. I think she should get it just as long as she settles in running. She will be thereabouts. Number 2, Rare Earth. I had a look at her dam. Her dam won over 1300. Interesting that now she's been stepped up to 2000. She needs to prove that she does get the trip. Same can be said about number 11, Senor Dante. Now he's by Rafif out of Silvano mare who won over a mile. But if you go back to that run behind, I think it's a freak, you'll notice that Fort Impreza or Impreza, Clyde, is as much as 5 kilograms better off for a length and 3/4 beating. So there's a possibility that Fort Impreza can reverse that form. Another sneak over here could be number 6, Give Me the Best. You know, he's only got 53.5 to shoulder. He's been stepped up in trip on a firmer surface without the blinkers this time round, Clyde. He could sneak into the back end of the trifecta. I've gone with an exacta boxed, yeah.
Okay, and for those who want to use it as a quartet, trifecta quartet, use it. That's how we can get some money at the back. Thanks everybody for watching Betway's Waited to Win on this Tuesday. We're back in the course of the week. Stay with us.